All right, I was just wrapping up telling you about assignment one, which is the weekly participation, and I wanted to just highlight a few things that I may have failed to communicate clearly. First off, the class does run Saturday to Saturday, so by Saturday morning you'll have all of the content and information for the new week, and then it is due by Saturday evening at 11:59 p.m. This means that your weekly participation assignment, your blog, your discussion post, your forum, your voice thread is due Saturday evening, but you are only required to do one post a week. You do not need to go back and respond to other classmates like you may have done in a previous course. So just one post is necessary, but please make sure it is a very high quality post that reflects deep thinking. Your second assignment is titled Professional Preparation, and this is drafting a resume, cover letter, and thank you letter. So each student will need to refine their professional documents to reflect completion of the reading program. You will upload your resume, cover letter, and thank you letter to our class wiki page, and I'll send an invite out next week for that. I will then put you into groups and you will just review each other's documents and provide feedback. Then you will revise based on the feedback, and your final version of these documents is due at the end of the course in May. The third assignment is our most substantial assignment and serves as the key assignment for the course, and it is the school-wide context data and SWOT analysis. And it does have many pieces and layers, and using the feedback from last semester, I decided to break it up into those pieces and layers. So you'll notice on the syllabus that part 1 is due in week 5, and then part 2 is due in week 7. So it is broken down for you. You're going to start by using data from search engines to analyze and report on the context of a school you've chosen. From there, you'll analyze that data set for pertinent information, make an initial determination of the greatest strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats, and that's the plan you're going to make for your target population. Based on this analysis, then you're going to make some decisions for a fictional or real school, and then begin to formulate an overall plan to determine what is going to be the ongoing focus for professional development for your school. Assignment number 4 actually builds on assignment 3, and it is a group staff development presentation. So the purpose of this assignment is to use that data from assignment 3 to plan a specific professional development and then deliver it. So you will be in groups. You are going to select one classmate's SWOT analysis to work from, and then each group will create a presentation which highlights information from assignment 3 and then implements professional development to address any of the weaknesses or opportunities for growth. So to do this, you will be doing some more work virtually with classmates to create a PowerPoint and then narrate that using Screencast-O-Matic or VoiceThread. It seems like more groups had success with a VoiceThread last semester. So that is assignment number 4. Assignment number 5 is the instructional coaching activity. So first we're going to do some learning about the art of instructional coaching. Then you will be given a fictional background and scenario of a teacher from the site in assignment 3. You will need to create a goal for coaching this teacher. You will be watching some of their teaching and then create a script for a post-observation discussion that you will hold with the teacher. This is actually a very important piece and realistic application. Many times when I actually observe teachers currently each week, all 17 of my direct reports, and then have a one-on-one meeting each week where I provide feedback. And a lot of times if I know I need to provide difficult feedback, I might script it out or if I try to do more cognitive coaching, so I'll script out the questions I want to ask, which will hopefully lead the teacher to get to the idea I want them to get to without actually telling them to get there and do that. So we'll be working on that a little bit with this assignment. And then ultimately you'll be writing a plan for coaching. All right, so those are our 5 assignments. I know that I really enjoyed them when I took this course, and hopefully you will find them just as beneficial for your future career as a literacy specialist. As far as textbooks are concerned, we don't have a traditional textbook, but we do have a course packet, so to speak, which are all of the articles I will be posting on Titanium, organized by topic in each of the week blocks. So there are already 3 up there waiting for you to read this week. For course participation, this will be tracked using Titanium. It tells me how frequently you log in and when the last time you logged in was and all of that. So it is expected that you do access the course website a minimum of twice a week, probably once earlier in the week, once later in the week. Because of the intensive nature of this online learning, you should expect to allocate at least 6 to 10 hours per week for this course. But keep in mind, not all of these hours will be spent online. Some of the time will be spent doing the readings, doing the thinking, doing the processing, doing the collaborating, working on your projects, developing your professional documents, all of that. Here are some miscellaneous tips for success. It would be very helpful if you could provide me with some of your contact information in past semesters. I had people post that on their profile actually. However, you may not want everyone to have access to your personal information. In that case, you can email it to me, as I do compile a class spreadsheet with everyone's contact information in case I need to get a hold of someone by phone quickly. You should also be checking your Fullerton email address frequently, 3 times a week. When submitting assignments, it's best to include your first and last name, the course, and the assignment in the file name. So there's an example of that. And it's also a good idea to complete your weekly discussion posts and submit assignments early in case you run into technical difficulties. I also like to review the assignments before I screencast for the next week so I can address any misconceptions or help contribute to the discussion that's going on. So try to get those posts done earlier or later. I think you'll appreciate having them done, and I will as well. How to get an A, that's what everybody wants to know. Well, my advice to you is to first read the articles, and then second, show evidence that you've done the readings via your discussion posts. Third, watch the screencasts and lectures. And then also make sure you're using all of the rubrics and samples provided to help you. Finally, submitting assignments on time is key. There is a 1 letter grade deduction if it is a week late, but after a week late, assignments will not be accepted unless there is an extenuating circumstance that was previously communicated to the course instructor. So get those assignments in on time. And here is my timeliness clause. To receive full credit, assignments must be received on time. Late assignments will be reduced by 1 letter grade and must be submitted no later than 1 week past the due date. Weekly discussion posts and small group activities will not be accepted late. So there are only 5 assignments for this course. Definitely do everything you can to get them in on time. The weekly discussions will not be accepted late, so they must be in on time. Let me know if you have any questions. If you need help, there's the contact information for the help desk. For Titanium help, you can go there or use the URL for Titanium Help Desk and technical support, which is there. All right, last thing, assignments for this week. First, don't forget to complete your introduction. You need to familiarize yourself with our course site, and then please update your profile on Titanium, either including your contact information or emailing it to me separately. Course readings, there are 3 different articles for you. The first one is actually the International Reading Association's position statement on the roles of the reading specialist. It actually identifies three components for this role. The second article is titled, What Do Reading Specialists Do? And it also comes from The Reading Teacher, a publication of the International Reading Association. And it's pretty interesting. They actually did a questionnaire and surveyed a number of reading specialists who are members of IRA, which if you are not, you definitely should be, so that you can attend the IRA conference in May with me for a discounted price and go to New Orleans. But in this article, I think they added another layer and actually articulated four main components of the literacy specialist role. And then the fifth article is one that I found very valuable for defining and articulating my role as a literacy specialist, and it is titled Perceptions and Expectations of Roles and Responsibilities of Literacy Coaching. Kind of a mouthful. It is actually the more recent of the three articles, and it was from 2008, coming from the Literacy Research and Instruction Journal, and it has 5 dimensions or components to the role of the reading or literacy specialist. And I thought it was especially helpful, and I added a 6th dimension to my role. So we'll see what you come up with for the forum discussion on week 1 readings. For this, you are going to be addressing the prompt of making a job description for reading specialist at your school. So please really read and comprehend these articles, analyze them deeply, and then synthesize all of the information you took from them about the role of the reading specialist in order to create a really cohesive description of what this position does. Remember to answer all parts of the prompt. Use course readings and materials to support your answer. Please ground your job description in the information from the articles. If you are not the first person to post, please integrate the thoughts of your colleagues and proofread at least 2 times for spelling, grammar, and mechanics. This is a graduate level course, so I have only the highest of expectations of your professional writing, especially because the purpose of this course is really to prepare you for a career as a literacy specialist, where spelling, grammar, and mechanics is very important. There is a rubric provided to help you with your discussion post. Again, make sure you're responding to all parts of the activity. You're backing up opinions with examples and references to the reading. You're integrating comments from others, deep thinking, push the thinking, and then no mistakes spelling, grammar, and mechanics. If it's 100 words and posted on time, you can easily get your 10 points for participation. One thing to keep on your radar is the fact that assignment number 2, which is the professional preparation documents of cover letter, resume, thank you note, is due Saturday, February 8th to the class wiki. So next week I'll invite you to that, but you can definitely start exploring the samples I've posted on Titanium and starting to draft and craft your own or update an existing resume or cover letter you have. So please keep that in mind, since week 3 will be here before you know it. All right, I typically like to end the class with a launch. So the launch today comes from the IRA position statement you will be reading. They did some research in Connecticut. There were 2 studies that compared schools where students had a reading specialist or consultant and students that did, and they found that the school with reading consultants had higher reading test scores than students at the school without. So this just really reiterates the importance of this role as reading specialist, and hopefully this course and our work together will prepare you for that role. So go out and read your articles and really get a deep understanding of what the role is, and I look forward to hearing about what you get from the readings in the discussion forum. So have a great week, and I will see you virtually next week.